Hey, this is Nick with Android Fan Network, and today I'm going to be reviewing the 2013 Nexus 7 tablet. First, let's start with the hardware. So on the front here, we have a 1.2 megapixel front-facing camera, and we also have an indicator light down here for your notifications. Moving on to the back, we have Nexus written across the center, and we also have ASUS written near the bottom. ASUS also included a 5 megapixel rear-facing camera, and as an upgrade from last year's model, we have dual speakers. So we have a speaker grill here and a speaker grill down here. On the bottom of the tablet, we have a micro USB port. The left side is free and clear of any buttons or ports. On the top, we have a headphone jack. And on the right side, we have the power button, volume rocker, and mic. Alright, with hardware out of the way, let's take a look at the software. So it's running stock Android 4.3. So of course on Nexus devices and stock Android devices you can open Google Now by just touching that little circle down there and sliding up. So here we have Google Now. And we can also unlock the tablet by sliding this ring around anywhere and unlocking it like that. Now the difference between 4.3 and 4.2 seems to be fairly minor. One of the biggest changes I've seen so far is the user profiles you can create now. So you can create users who can download their own apps and content, or you can do restricted profiles or users where they can only access apps and content from your account, the apps that you let them use. And if you let them use Facebook, it's not letting them use your Facebook account. It'll have them log in under their own account. So it's just letting them use the apps you select for them. But anyway, that's the main difference I've seen between 4.3 and 4.22. I'm sure there are a few smaller tweaks, but aside, that's the main thing you'll notice when you get the tablet. And of course, little Jelly Bean 4.3. Alright, now let's talk about the screen. So the screen is a 7-inch Full HD IPS display. It's coming in at 1920 by 1200, 323 ppi. And what's interesting is most Full HD laptops or tablets even are 1920 by 1080. So this one comes with a few more pixels on the one side there. So that's just an interesting fact. It's a really high resolution display, really high quality. You can see how sharp the text is here. Very sharp. You can't even see a pixel. I have yet to see a pixel while using this. It's just the sharpest tablet display I've ever used. Compared to a smartphone, it honestly reminds me of the HTC One because it also uses a high quality IPS-like display. So really, if you've used the HTC One, you know what to expect. A really sharp 7-inch display. I've also read on it for hours at a time, and it hasn't caused my eyes any fatigue or anything like that. So it's excellent if you want to do reading on it as well. Videos look great and they play quickly. The Wi-Fi on this is very quick. It's as fast as my laptop's network card. And while I'm in the browser, I'll also check out the text here where we can zoom in. And it's just really clear, even fully zoomed in. Everything looks great. And you can check out our written review on AndroidFanNetwork.com. Anyway, so we've looked at the screen, the hardware. Now let's talk about the performance. So every app I've opened, tried to run on it, it's run perfectly well. I haven't seen any lag. Or the lag I have seen I could count on one hand in the past 4 days. Very little lag, if any at all, during daily use. Like I said, any app or any program I've tried to run has run perfectly. In Quadrant, it's scored 6,000, if that means something to you. In my opinion, if it runs your apps well, it's a good performer. And it has run all of my apps well. I've played Dead Sugar on it, somewhat graphic intensive, and it's played perfectly without any lagging or drop frames or anything like that. Alright, so with performance out of the way, let's move on to battery life. So I charged it up to 100% when I received it a couple days ago, and then I tried to run it down. It took me 1 day and almost 19 hours to run it down to 10%. And in that time, I used the screen for over 6 hours. And I'm not really a tablet person. I haven't had a tablet in a while, so I can't tell you if that's very good or average or what. I'm sure it's at least average. It seems pretty good to me. 6 hours of screen time and almost 2 days of being on total time seems pretty good to me. Now it's a little shorter than what you get on a Nexus 7 from last year, but this year we have a better screen, faster components, so battery life was going to drop a little. But overall, excellent battery life in my opinion. All right, now let's move on to what isn't excellent, the camera. Let's see. I took a few pictures earlier. First, we have a picture of, I believe, my desk. So grainy, muted colors, not that great. It honestly reminds me of a Galaxy Nexus camera. Here's the picture I took with the Nexus 7 camera here, and you can see, it's kind of grainy. The colors are muted again, and it's only 5 megapixel, so it really reminds me of the camera that came on the Galaxy Nexus. All right, let's move on. I think I might need to zoom out a little. There we go. Here are a few other pictures I took. This definitely won't replace your smartphone camera or anything like that. I guess its biggest use is if you're on a Google Hangout or a video chat and you want to show everyone else what's in front of you, you could use this briefly in a pinch. Otherwise, it's not really that great. Alright, so overall, I would place this as the best tablet of 2013 for a few reasons. First of all, even though the camera isn't that great, it's super smooth. Since it's running stock Android, it's going to be really quick. It's going to get the updates as soon as they're released from Google, so you don't have to worry about having outdated software without the latest features. You'll always get the latest features on this tablet. Now, it's the best 7-inch tablet. If you're going to go up to a 10-inch tablet, I definitely recommend the Nexus 10. But just going back to this Nexus 7, like I said, super fast. It's going to get the latest updates, and it also has the best display I've seen on a tablet, period. It's way better than the iPad mini's screen. It's up there with the Retina iPad screen, if not better than the Retina iPad screen. It really is just an amazing screen. So yes, that makes it the best tablet of 2013. Best 7-inch tablet of 2013. Again, this is Nick with Android Fan Network. You can check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. The titles of those pages are going to be Android Fan Network, and on Twitter we're at Team AFN. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like it, and if you'd like to see more Nexus 7 related videos and other Android videos, subscribe to our channel. We'll be giving one of these away soon, so stay tuned to our site, androidfannetwork.com.